Hello everyone, Silverstruck here. Welcome to the Silverstruck channel and my latest stacking distraction. Do you have stacking distractions? You're supposed to be working on some sort of goal or stacking in a certain way, and then all of a sudden you have some offshoot you're following. And that's exactly what's happened here. I'm supposed to be stacking 1 ounce silver bars in my 50 count Guardhouse box. I've made some really good progress. But here we have a Silver Ingot collection book from Whitman that holds, yes, 1 ounce silver bars. So instead of stacking or collecting these bars in a Guardhouse box, in this episode we're going to be taking a look at this particular album. Now I will say this distraction is not 100% my fault. I had help. I was watching a while back another channel, Trident Stacking, and he showed this album on his channel, and I had made a comment about how much I liked it. Next thing you know, another stacker is sending me a link to eBay. Another one, Cons, is egging me on, and then we end up with this purchase here of the Silver Ingot collection book. So when you do find these books, typically they're hard to find, of course, and they're pretty pricey. So this is a good one to look out for in the wild. If you happen to stumble across one for a good deal, I'd highly recommend picking it up. So let's have a look inside the album. As you can see here, that we have the first page holds 8 bars. And so does on the second page and the third page. So we have 3 pages in the album of 8, which equals a total of 24 bars, which is only 1 bar short of a 25 count Guardhouse box. So it's almost like starting another Guardhouse box without completing a Guardhouse box. Now let's take a look at a little bit more closely to the cover here. See, it says Silver Ingot Collection. There's some details on this album here at the bottom. Copyright 1973. And take note of the state that this book comes from here, Wisconsin. That's going to come back in the video a little bit later and have some relevance there. So the only criticism I have of this particular album is you might note that all of the slots to be able to collect bars are landscape variety and not portrait variety facing. So you can collect portrait bars, but they're going to be faced the opposite way, and my OCD cannot handle that. There's no way I can put portrait variety bars in a display book like this sideways. So for me, that limits my collecting only to the landscape variety. And if you're a vintage collector, it's hard enough finding these 1 ounce bars, but then to limit yourself only to landscape variety is even more of a challenge. But that said, I have had a tremendous amount of luck at the LCS recently finding landscape variety bars. So without further delay, let's get into that part of the video and check out some silver. I have enough bars to fill 1 entire page. Alright, so here we are with a nice stack of bars ready to be placed into the Silver Ingot collection book. And of course the little plastics where I can grab them. So we're going to go ahead and expose the top 4 slots to be able to start stacking these bars in this book. The first bar I'm going to start with isn't necessarily a cool bar, but it's a bar that's relevant to me, and sometimes that's fun. A little bit of a fun part of this hobby is being able to find bars that have some meaning to you. So let's start with this one. 1976 Happy Birthday bar with an eagle right there on the upper right. And as we flip it over, we can see this is from one of my favorite mints, the Madison Mint. Pretty plain back, and you can tell this one was in a flip because you can see the outline of the lid from the flip there. And this bar is relevant to me because 1976 is my birth year, and the month of April is when I have my birthday, so I've recently turned 48. Not too enthusiastic about that part, but hey, 1976. So there we go. And I can already tell I'm going to love stacking this album. That bar looks fantastic against the blue there. So very exciting. Next bar up. Remember I was talking about this Whitman album being from Wisconsin. So what a fitting bar to be able to add. Another benefit to adding this bar is it does not fit into a standard capsule to go into a Guardhouse box. So I've shown this bar in the past. So I've had this one kicking around. This is not a new pickup where the other bars I'm showing are. But this is Wisconsin 30th state. And as we flip this bar over, you can see that it says it again, Wisconsin 30th state, and the date May 29th, 1848. So what side to add? I think I'm going to use, we're going to go the capital. So let's go ahead and put that in there. That looks fantastic, very nice, and of course it fits, which is a bonus. Next bar up, just had some really nice color to it. Check out the toning on this one. Kind of a neat color. This is an international trade unit, 3/9 fine silver. So we flip it over to its reverse. Again, beautiful colors, but just a plain back reverse really has the area where you can engrave something if you wanted to. So it's going to be the third bar added into this album. Next bar up. Now I saw one of these in mint condition on World Many Winds channel very recently. This one's beat up. I found this one in a bin. So this is a Ohio Precious Metals bar. I do already have these. This one's a mushroom privy, and it has the little section here for a serial number that was never added. So 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver. As you can see here, we have the reverse as Ohio Precious Metals LLC from recycled sources. So this one is going to go ahead into the album right there. And we have our first 4 bars. Let's go ahead and put this right over the bars. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and get the next 4 bars. Now the next 4 bars are all going to be Inglehards. And basically, I picked them up basically because I like the colors. So here's the best one, I think, with some electric blue right there and some greens. So Inglehard Landscape variety. And this one has the serial number at the bottom. You can see a couple different varieties of these. I won't go into too much detail. This one just has the Inglehard logo repeated 3 times on the reverse, but some really nice color. And this is authentic toning. I can just tell the reverse has no toning at all. So that's going to be into the book. The reason I mention authentic toning versus non-authentic toning or manufactured toning is because I'm not sure these next 3 bars are naturally toned, but I'm not too worried about that. These aren't numismatic coins. So here we have another landscape variety. This one is a PA prefix that has a gap and a space and then the serial number. And these have a mintage of, basically, they're part of a mintage of 800,000. So these are not anywhere close to rare. These are pretty common. But these ones are the frosted back. You can see the toning wraps around both sides of the bar, which is why I kind of question whether or not this is naturally toned or man-made tone. But in the book it goes. This bar is exactly the same. These are not sequentially numbered, but they're close in some regard. Very cool bars. These are all frosted backs. And then the 4th and final bar to be added. This one right here. Another frosted back. In it goes. And there we have it. Alright, so there we have it, my friends. 1 entire page already filled of this album. Gives the book some good weight. Some beautiful bars added into this album. So I'm pleased with the choices here made to collect bars like this. So a really cool first page, and I'll have to see what we end up stacking for page 2 and 3. Really, really nice bars. So again, at some point I'll be adding more bars into my Guardhouse box. But I hope you enjoyed this little offshoot, this stacking distraction. You have to let me know in the comment section what is your stacking distraction. And as always, thank you so much for watching.